we'll discuss about the AWS CLI setup. And for that, we are going to begin from the start. So it will be like the installation, uh, creating the EC2 instance, and after that, installing the AWS CLI and like other packages like pip3, Python 3, and we will check like how we can set up AWS CLI after that. Okay. And while setting up AWS CLI, we will require the AWS user, and we will need to assign some permissions to this user. So it will cover the part of IAM as well. Okay. So first we'll start with the uh, creation of the EC2 machine. So if you see here, like I have logged in inside my AWS console, and like after that I will create one AWS uh, EC2 instance, and like once the instance is created, we will start the installation of the packages. So let's get started. So if you click on the launch instances, you'll see, so this will be the instance name will be AWS CLI setup, and then after that I'm going to select this uh, Amazon machine image, that is AMI. It will be Amazon Linux machine image, and for that you see here it will be like the instance type will be t2.micro. Okay. And the key pair. Okay, so I already have this key, that is Oragon.key, or we can generate a new key pair as well. So that will be like AWS CLI, and it will be like PEM key. Okay, so once the key is created, like I think we are good to go because the key has been downloaded. If you see here, so we'll keep everything as it is. We have our key, then we will keep allow SSH traffic. So this is because we need to log into the EC2 instance. So the SSH will be enabled. Then the configuration storage, it will be like 8 GB. We'll keep it as it is. And if we can see in the advanced, like we want to add something else, but I don't think so. So I think we are good with our installation. So I will launch the EC2 instance. Okay. So as soon as the instance gets launched, I will open my git bash. So for this git bash installation, maybe I will share some links like how we can install it on Windows. Okay. Or like we can check here git bash. Git bash for Windows. So I think from here we will be able to download the package. So I will share this link, and once it is downloaded, so we'll be able to see it inside, I think, downloads. So once you download it, you just need to install it. Okay. So if you click on this package, it is already installed in my machine, but I will just show you. Okay, do you want to run this app? Make changes to your device. You click on yes. So the installation will be, just click on next install. Okay, so it will install everything, and that's how we will be able to install this git bash. But right now we are not going to do that. Okay, so it's set up for now, and let's go towards our EC2 instance. So the EC2 instance is successfully created, and if you see here, so this is our EC2 instance, and if we try to log into it, there is key, like uh, like here it will show how to connect to the EC2 instance. So we have this command, and so our key is inside the downloads folder. So if you see here, this one is our key. So I will copy this key, or I will move this key to my PEMS folder. Okay, so here is our key. So we need to change the permission for the key. And from here, we'll get the command, like how to log into the EC2 instance. So just copy and paste and try to log into the EC2 instance. So here, just type yes, you will be able to log in. So here, like uh, like we are halfway to install AWS CLI. I think on this EC2 instances, the AWS CLI is already installed. So we will configure the AWS CLI if it is installed already. And if it is not installed, then in that case, we need to install it, and we need to configure it. So here, if I fire command AWS, you'll be able to see that AWS CLI is already here. So it is present AWS version, and let's see, we have Python 3 installed as well. I think Python is also installed. Then I think we are good. Let's see, we have pip command installed or not. Pip 3. Okay, so the pip command is not installed. So I think with the command with help of m, so actually I was just going through this Stack Overflow article. So where I found this command to install pip 3 as well. So let's try it. Python 3, okay. Then sudo install pip. Okay, so here is the another article that I have found for the pip installation. So this is from the AWS. So let's try this. Here it is mentioned with the help of this sudo pm install Python 37. Okay, so we will first install it. Okay, Python 3 version. And 9.16, enter. Okay, I think should install the zip package here. Okay, I think it as root. and permission company with system package management development use virtual environment instead of okay. Okay, so it is suggesting to have a virtual environment based on the pip instead of installing it as a root. But anyways, let me have installed. So I think like, pip 3 hyphen. Okay, so now we have packages like Python 3, then we have pip3, and we already have AWS CLI. So I think for with the help of AWS, AWS. So we already have the AWS CLI installed. Now we will move on to the next part, that is the creation of IAM user. Okay. So first, if we go to the IAM tab, then we will able to find here how to create the users and assign some permissions to them, and then we will configure the AWS CLI. Okay. So let's say for example, let's create one user with the name AWS CLI, and it will be having only command line access, not for the uh, like access to the AWS management console. Then if you click on next, here you will be able to see add user to the groups, copy permissions, then attach policies directly. Okay, so like we are not going to add it to any group, attach policies directly. So here we will add administrator access. So I will explain like why we are adding administrator access, because this user should be able to do anything on your AWS account. Actually, it is not recommended, but for the practice purpose, we are doing this. Now, if you click on next, then we have administrator access and create a user. So now the AWS CLI user is created here. So this one is our AWS CLI user. Then we need to go for the security credentials. We need to download its access keys and secret keys. So it will be having command line interface access. So through the command line, we'll be able to do anything. Now I understand. Click on this tick box, then next. Then description, we keep it as it is. And then create access key. Okay. So now just download it. Okay, so now we have our access key and secret key both. So from here, if we try to configure the AWS CLI, AWS CLI, so it will ask for the access key ID. First, we are going to copy the access key ID, paste, then we will be having the secret key ID. Then the default region, we can choose any region from here. So we are going to choose like US West 2. We can choose anything, US East 1, US East 2, US West 1. So for now, I'm just selecting it as US West 2. Copy default output format, we'll keep it as none. Okay, now our AWS CLI is configured. So let's say if we try to fire any command, AWS S3 ls, then you will be able to find the AWS S3 buckets. Okay, so if I go on the UI and if you check here for S3, so I think I have created one sample S3 bucket and you will be able to find it here. Okay. So let's say for the purpose of our practice, let's create one another bucket, AWS CLI test bucket. Keep everything as it is and just hit on create the bucket. So there are two buckets right now, AWS S3LS. You will be able to see the bucket. So this is why I'm showing this. This is because like we need to check like whether AWS CLI is configured or not and whether it is working or not. Okay. So that's how we can configure the AWS CLI. So the main components for this configuration are like first you need to create the AWS EC2 instance. Second part is you need to install the packages like AWS was already installed. I have installed the packages like pip Python 3. So pip is because in future we are going to perform some operations using Python. So for that, this pip package will be required. And the third part is like we have created one user inside our console and we have generated the keys for that user, that's access key and the secret. So once these keys are set up, we are able to uh, fire this command AWS configure. So once AWS configure command is fired, so here we have passed our keys, that is access key and secret key. So if you see here, let me show you, yeah, space one. So we have passed our access key and secret keys. So once they are passed, like we are able to do or we are able to perform the list operation on the S3 buckets. So we can do anything. Like we can uh, just list the users. So this is all about the installation procedure for the AWS CLI. So I think with the help of that, you can create anything on the AWS console because we have provided it the administrator access. But like uh, in production or in the companies, the users will not get this administrator access. They will have the limited accesses to perform their operations. So I think we are good for this lecture. So thanks.